What's up, everybody? Disco to Monocajophonic. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel at this moment in time, and any other moments in time you have watched my YouTube channel. Thank you for that as well. So today I'm going to talk about Belphegore. Yesterday I worked with Belphegore. I did some channeling with him, and I had a pretty good fucking experience. So I thought I'd share some of the gnosis I received and my thoughts on the difference between pure thought and human thought. Basically, as represented as like ego and like non-ego kind of a thing, and like my thoughts kind of like on how like destruction of the ego isn't a permanent thing. It's like I guess I'll just fucking go into it. So, anyways, pure thought versus human thought. I think it can be represented through darkness, which is pure thought would be darkness. And then human thought would be like ego-based, right? So ego thought is like basically, do I have to pay my bills today? Is my landlord a fucking dope fiend or whatever? You know what I'm saying? I just paid him fucking rent and this motherfucker look at me crooked. Or whatever the fuck it is, you know what I'm saying? Like just different stuff that humans would be worried about. And this is, to me, can be represented by like the light. Because the light would shine upon these things, and it makes you see them with it. But when you're in the darkness, you would not see these, so you have more of a pure thought. Human thought is also when you think in words, ways to describe certain kind of things, like because you're thinking of describing it to other people. So if you're ever in meditation and you're having a bad experience and you're thinking, man, how am I going to tell somebody about this? Those are human thoughts, and it can actually impede your meditation. So it won't be like as profound as it could be, right? So you want to stay away from these thoughts whenever you're in meditation, or if you're about to enter like any kind of spell work. So you want to have that as pure thought as you can, because that is what's going to affect the universe. As of my way of practicing and the way I feel, right? So pure thought. Now, obviously, whenever you're doing like a ritual, you're going to be saying things, right? But if you enter a state of pure thought and then you say these things as you've written down in the ritual, or you're doing some conjuration, so you want to do a meditation before to enter a pure thought state of mind, so that way you're not thinking of all this other shit, and you can actually push that your will into existence, make it manifest. You have greater success this way. So obviously, human thought would be based upon the ego. So this is why, like, whenever I hear people talk about ego death, I hear them say it in a way to where it's like it's a permanent thing. Ego death to me is not a permanent thing. It's like I enter into like a ego type of death every time I go into a working with a client, especially at a distance. Well, at a distance, because mainly it's always at a distance, but. You want to exit a human like ego state of mind, because your ego, your pride, all that kind of shit that comes with ego can affect your work. They serve as blockages. They will block things that you need to access. So whenever you need to channel all these things, channeling, like your ego will block all that shit. So that's why you want to enter into kind of like just a pure thought state of mind. So when you're entering into meditation, it's good. It's okay to start with like an understanding and describing certain things, and that's whenever you're first getting to get these feelings or whatever it is. But you don't want to stay in those words, like describing it or imagining yourself like describing it to a friend later or another practitioner later. You know what I'm saying? You want to kind of leave that alone, because then if you think about explaining it, then you're going to think about the best way to explain it. Then you can go into, so you're entering human thought, and you want to avoid that. In my experience. So, in the pure thought, after you get to that state of mind, I actually feel that I start feeling the energies flowing better. And like I said, I detach myself from myself. So this is like an ego thing that happens. Like it's like an ego death. Well, to me, it's an ego death. I'm leaving my ego behind. I'm getting to the root of the problem. That way I can work with the client in a pure sense, without thinking like, oh, I want my shit to be the best shit ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, you want your work to be awesome. But if you're thinking this the whole time, or if you're letting your emotions get in the way of you actually performing, then you're going to impede your ability to do the best that you can. So you have to leave all that shit behind. I know that sounds weird, but leave it alone in order to accomplish it in a way, right? So you want to enter into the darkness, the pure thought, and then do your work, and then you could step back into the light. Obviously, we exist in the light. You know, if we didn't, we wouldn't have these bodies, all this kind of shit right here. This is like the yin yang, fucking matrix or whatever. You know, everything is made up with a little bit of lightness and a little bit of darkness. We're all energy and shit like that. But in pure thought, you're just fucking darkness, the chaos, the abyss. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of shit. So you want to enter into that state of mind. Right. So now, with all of that being said, I think what I got from Belphegore will make a lot more sense than if I would have just read it and stopped the video. So this is what I got from Belphegore yesterday. High is the tide of the flame. The second coming is upon that which is forgotten. Defile the loveless venom, for play upon scattered wombs. Trust not that which lies before you, for the light deceives that which is pure. Give way to the darkness and hinder make of elevated lies. So hinder make is like, so stop it, you know, of elevated lies. So I think what he's saying there to me is like, we are darkness and light, you know what I'm saying? But these points of elevation to me, okay, so he says right here, do not rise into deceit, but fall into truthful oblivion. So it's like, to me, what he's telling me here is that, I feel like I'm in church, but it's like, he's saying to kind of like just to fall back into this, the pure thought, just fall back into the darkness. Don't try to go into the light and identify everything. You know what I'm saying? The light is already within you. So when you go into the darkness, the light will shine. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've gotten from Lucifer a lot of times when I work with Lucifer. So Lucifer is very adamant about that to me. He's been. So yeah, man, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, share with your friends. If you hate this video, share with your enemies. Oh, another interesting fact, I channeled with Pazuzu today, and he spoke about, no, not him, but I did some research on Pazuzu on BK Jahannam's channel, and he talks about the Black Oblivion. So I found that interesting that I channeled this yesterday, and then when I did research today, I channeled this yesterday from Belphegore, and then today whenever I did research on Pazuzu, he talks about, Belphegore spoke of the truthful oblivion, and Pazuzu spoke of the Black Oblivion, which to me seems like it's pretty much the same thing. So yeah, there you go. Again, if you like this video, share with your friends. If you hate it, share with your enemies. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.